Hi Sunshines! Welcome back to my channel. My name is Monica and you are watching Sunshine Collective. Okay, so the holidays are coming up very quickly. It is the beginning of December. Thanksgiving just passed, Black Friday just passed, and you are looking for things to buy for the fiber artists in your life, for the knitters and the crocheters. I got you covered. I went ahead and made a complete gift guide for all of you looking to shop for your knitters and crocheters in your life, and I have it from $15 and under all the way up to things that are $50 or more, a little more splurge. So I have created a Canva document with links to everything and prices for everything for you all. That will be linked in the description below, but I wanted to go through everything that I found that I think people would love. So let's go ahead and get started. So I'm pretty much going to go in order of the Canva doc that I made for the 2025 gift guide. We're going to go ahead and start with gifts that are $15 and under. So if you see me looking down, I'm looking at my phone for reference, and I'm starting off with some smaller, less expensive gifts. We have stitch markers are always a great option. You could get some nicer, cuter stitch markers. Ones I have here are the Cocoa Knit stitch markers. I thought they were really cute. They are removable, so they can be used for knit or crochet, but I really like this seamless look and I love all the different colors. I think they're really cute. I personally love using cute and decorative stitch markers because I just think it makes the knitting and crocheting experience that much more fun to me. So I linked those ones. I also linked some sweater stitch markers. These are $13. I'm sorry, the Cocoa Knits one are $10, by the way. The sweater stitch markers are $13. These are from Etsy. Are so cute. It looks like it comes with 5 of them, and these would be so cute to use for knitting sweaters or to use for your Christmas makes. I think those are adorable. So stitch markers are a great option. Every knitter and crocheter could use more stitch markers, so I feel like that's a safe bet. Going into some other less expensive options, point protectors for needles are also, for knitting needles are also great. They're cute. They help keep your work from falling off of your needles and from your needles stabbing things. So the ones I linked are $10, and they're these cute little blueberries and they stick on the end. I have these that I'm using currently that are little mushrooms, and these were at Hobby Lobby, and I believe they were only like $3 or $4 for 2 of them, so that's a great option. I previously didn't shop a whole lot at Hobby Lobby, but since there is no Joann's anymore, that's kind of one of my places that I do cycle through now. Yeah, moving on, amigurumi sticks are great. Those are used to pin your pieces in place while you're sewing them on so that you don't end up sewing them on crooked. They have really cute options on Etsy. Those are ones I linked here are $13, and they're really cute little floral and leaf pattern. Also linked for $6 tension rings. These are great for beginner knitters and crocheters. Actually, I don't know if you can use them for knitting unless you're doing it continental. I am learning to knit right now. I've been knitting for about 1 month. I knit the continental style, so I hold the yarn in my left hand, and I feel like you could use the tension ring for that. I don't know if you could use it the other way. Let me know in the comments below if you can. I'm learning new things every day. New knitters or crocheters, tension rings are great to help you keep even tension. They're also great for someone like me who has extremely tight tension or extremely loose tension. I have very tight tension, so sometimes I do use a ring to help me kind of a little looser tension. Those are only $6 over on Etsy, and they have a lot of cute options. The ones I linked are just, I thought those were cute, but they have tons of options. They have more expensive ones as well that are like silver. There's a wide range of price ranges for those. I also linked this needle and hook balm. It's $9. It comes in several different scents. I had never heard of this before, but I think it's for mostly like hooks and needles to keep them moisturized from drying out and to keep your work sliding smoothly. I thought it was really interesting, and I thought it could be helpful, and it's pretty affordable. So I linked that. I linked this little keychain that is $15, and it's like an emergency kit. It's got 3 different size mini crochet hooks, a little ruler, a couple stitch markers, and some other little things on there for knitting. It's like a little emergency kit, but plus it's also really cute just to have on your keys or on your bag. I think it's adorable. So then another option are crochet and knit stitch dictionaries. I think these can be used for at any level of knitting and crocheting. I think it's a great way to, like, you're trying to think of a pattern or a project you want to make, to refer to different stitches, to use those to build what you want to do. I linked this crochet stitch dictionary. It's only $14. I think it was on sale at the time, so it might be a little more expensive now, but at the time of linking this, it was $14. Also linked the alternate stitch dictionary, which has some really pretty more modern motifs. It is on sale for $10. Then finally, for $15 or under, you could get one or two, maybe not two, one ball or donut of a nicer yarn. Personally linked this Wool in the Gang yarn. It was $15 for a donut of that. I know you can't make a whole lot out of it, but I did want to link some yarn for options. Now, yarn can be kind of a controversial gift because if you don't know your knitter or your crocheter, you don't know what kind of yarns they like, what kind of fibers they like, what kind of colors they like, how much they need, like they would use for certain projects. So this might be something you could ask, like, know them pretty closely, maybe err on the side of caution with buying yarn. Moving on to the next category, which is $30 and under. Again, going into yarn, I linked this Lang Cloud yarn, which I think is a beautiful. It is $23 a ball or a donut. Again, same kind of thing. I just thought, like, some nicer brands of yarn that people won't spring for themselves. A little bit pricier, but still within reasonable range depending on how much yarn you need, obviously. I also linked a portable handheld steamer. This is great for blocking your projects. This one's $25 over on Amazon. Do you have an Amazon storefront, which I have linked below if you want to go directly to that, and I have a specific list for the 2025 holiday gift guide if you want to check that out. I also linked this wool wash. It's the brand Soak. I've never used it before, and I've really honestly never used wool wash, but this one is $16. I've had really good reviews, so that could be a good option to put in a stocking or just as a smaller gift. Great option are project tags, especially if you know someone who has a small business. Just a great way to, like, elevate your makes a little bit more. This is something that I've had on my wish list for a while and I just haven't sprung to buy them yet. But the ones I linked here are $20, and I believe that's for, I think it was a pack of 10 of them maybe, if I remember correctly, or 15. I'm not sure. But it's over on Etsy, and there's lots of different Etsy shops that sell these for varying prices and different colors and styles. So yeah, make sure to check that out. Moving on, I linked this yarn bowl from Michaels. It's a mango wood yarn bowl. It's $16. I think it was on sale at that time because I was at Michaels earlier tonight and it was $23 in stores. But still super cute. Such a cute way to elevate your knitting or crochet experience. I love cutesy things, different notions, accessories, like just makes the whole experience more fun for me. And that's why I think a lot of these options are great for your fiber artists in your life because they're things that they might not buy for themselves, but things that they would enjoy that would elevate their experience a little bit more. The next thing I added is, again, a cutesy row counter. This was on Etsy and it is $18, but it's wood and it's got these adorable little wildflowers into the background. And I think it has little spin dials and that's how you count your rows. And I thought this was so cute. I personally just have this little digital one on my finger that I use, but this one is so cute. I love it. For $18 over on Etsy as well, I linked these knit stitch markers, and I thought these were good or interesting, and obviously I'm still really a beginner with knitting, but these have like instructions on them. So like some of them have yarn over, knit front and back, so you can place your stitch marker where you're doing that specific thing. So I thought those could be really helpful, and it's $18 for the full set, and I think it comes with a tin as well. So, and then finally in this category, I linked these from the Peach Fuzz Co., I believe, the name of the brand, but it's a small business that I am obsessed with. I see them on Instagram all the time, but they have these claw clips that are $22 each, and they have a crochet one with a little skein of yarn with a crochet hook in it, and then they have a ball of yarn with knitting needles. These are so cute. I am obsessed. They also have a bumper sticker that says, "Get in bestie, we're going to Michael's," and I want that too really badly. But they have a whole section on their website that is like for arts and crafts girlies, so that's a great website to check out. Moving on up to a little bit more expensive, these are gifts that are $50 and under. So I linked this yarn spindle. I believe it is from Knit Picks. Yes, it's from Knit Picks. The magnetic yarn spindle. This is a great way to hold your yarn so you can pull from the outside and it doesn't flail all around, and it just makes it a lot easier. I have a yarn spindle, but it's not a magnetic one. It's kind of a dial. And you know what? Actually, I'll show you. This is the yarn spindle that I have, and it spins like this. I got it from Michael's, I'm pretty sure. Don't use this that often because I pull from the center most of the time. When you're pulling from the center, it gets tangled up, or you pull out all the yarn barf. Kind of helps prevent that, so a yarn spindle is a great option. Plus they're cute, again, adorable. I linked this stitch marker with a crochet hook hairpin, and it's $35, and it's from the Niche Skein, and it's another small business that I found on Instagram, and I think this is so stinking cute. And then over on Etsy, I linked this yarn journal. It's my year in yarn. And it's $35, and I thought this would be so fun for people who like journaling and keeping track of their projects and their yarns that they use throughout the year. Next thing I linked is the Sula Studio pouch, and I've just recently discovered Sula products. They're bags and pouches and stuff to keep all your crafting supplies in. The pouch I think would be perfect to store crochet hooks and needles and notions in, because the outside has all these little pockets and it's perfect to stick your hooks in. And the inside, it's a zipper pouch, so you can put all your notions, other accessories right in the middle. It is $45, so it's a little more expensive, and it's something that would be a great gift for somebody. Comes in a ton of cute colors. Obsessed. I say obsessed a lot and cute. I'm sorry. I linked this automatic yarn winder for $35 over on Amazon. This is one of my favorite accessories. I have never had like hand crank yarn winder. I got sent this one over on TikTok. I absolutely love it. I have had no issues with it. I've had it for about a year, and this is how I cake all of my yarn. And it has truly helped me because I am a serial yarn tangler. I have two little toddlers, one of which is obsessed with my yarn, and it has gotten so tangled. I'm sure you can see kind of, this is really good compared to how it used to be. I have thrown away so much yarn in the past from it getting tangled together, which is really irresponsible and wasteful of me. But the automatic yarn winder has made it so much easier for me to keep my yarn organized and neat. And also when you get to the end of a skein and it starts getting tangled, you can cake up a little cake. On to the over $50 category, so this is more of a splurge. And this category is a little more variable based on some of the things that I have included here. So some of these are actually like in a wider price range, and I'll just go over those. But first and foremost, I linked the Centro knitting machine. This one is a 48 pin knitting machine, and it's $55 over on Amazon. I've never used a knitting machine, but I want to very badly, and I've seen a lot of people use them, and I think it's so fun to watch what you can make with them. And I don't know a whole lot, but if you have someone that's learning how to knit and has mentioned these before, be a great gift for them. I also linked the Sula Studio bag for $59. This is just the bigger version of the pouch. You can keep your whole project in there instead of just your supplies. Great gift. Yarn Swift over on Amazon for $50. This is great. If you buy your yarn in hanks, you untwist the hank and wrap it around the Swift while you're kicking it up so it doesn't get all tangled. I don't have one of these. I usually just use the back of my chair. A bigger splurge of a yarn bowl is the ceramic yarn bowls from Baruntado Ceramics on Etsy. These are $100, but they are like handmade ceramics, so it's a work of art in itself. So this is like really special gift for somebody, and they are adorable. The one I linked are little sheep. Then moving on to the things that are a little more like variable in the price range are the hooks and needles and the sets that you can get. So linked as Knit Picks needle set. This one is $135, and it's an interchangeable needle set, so it comes with different cables and all the different sizes of needles. And Knit Picks has some great prices on these bigger sets, the bigger, nicer sets, I should say. Ones are wooden, and they had some colorful wood ones, and they had some kind of plain ones. Just linked these plainer ones. I think they're called Sunstruck, maybe, is the colorway I put on here. But I think they're beautiful, and I think this is a great option. I don't have an interchangeable needle set yet. I just kind of buy the needles as I am making projects right now. But I linked the Leica, I believe it's Leica is how you pronounce it, Leica needle set. This one's $110, so it's a little less expensive. But again, it's a full set of interchangeable needles, and it comes with this really cute pouch. They have a ton of different colors, and I think these are over on lindhobby.com. So That's another great option for needles. Then moving on to crochet hooks and crochet hook sets. I linked the O-Fire crochet hooks. These are ones I linked are resin, and it's about $20 a hook up to $150 for a full set. So if you know a person wants then these are another thing similar to yarn. You want to make sure you know what they like, what kinds of hooks they like. Do they like metal? Do they like wood? Do they like resin? What colors they like, what sizes they might want. If this is something they want specifically, these would be great splurges for them. Or like you're watching this for yourself for things to ask for people for Christmas. If people are asking you what you want for Christmas and you're a crocheter or a knitter, these are great things to ask for. I should have added that in the beginning. Like, these are things that I'm asking for from my husband and from different people. Like, this is basically my like wish list. I also linked the Furls crochet hooks. I have been obsessed with these for like a little over a year now. I have never tried them and I've never splurged to buy any, but they range from about $20 a hook up to $225 for a full set, and that is for the streamlined metal ones, I believe, are the $225 for a full set. They do sell out pretty quickly. They have some gorgeous resin sets as well, and I believe they have some wood. They also have, I think, accessories, yarn bowls, and things like that on their website. So yeah, it's a great brand to check out. And I wanted to add, that's everything I have for the main list of items. I wanted to add, if you don't know what to get your fiber artist, you can always get digital gifts or gift cards. Some great places that I linked are Michael's, Etsy, Ribbler, any yarn website that you know they like. I think Furls and O-Fire might have gift cards. Go on the website of things that you think that they like. Like, you know they've been talking about Furls, for example, but you don't know what they want. Get them a gift card for the website and then you can buy what they want. Or you can buy patterns or pattern books for them. My battery is about to die, so I am going to wrap this up, but that is everything for the 2025 Crochet and Knit Holiday Gift Guide. Hope you liked everything. If you did, make sure to subscribe and turn the bell notification on so you get notified when I post next. Currently, I am posting on Mondays. As always, like, comment, let me know what you think of the video and what you would like to see next on my channel. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye!